Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe please to Walt Buteau Real Estate. Also hit the like button if you like the content on this piece or any of the others I've put out here in the last few months. I want to talk about a question that I hear from a lot of first-time home buyers. It's a good question. What's my monthly payment going to be? It's an important question. We want you to know your mortgage. We want you to know your tax obligation. We want you to know how much the water bill might be, the insurance, all the other expenses. I don't want anyone buying a home and then feeling uncomfortable about the payment in the months to come. But here's another question that everyone should ask. Whether it's a first-time home buyer, second-time home buyer, third-time home buyer, I wish somebody had given me this advice when I was younger. But here's the question. What's my 5-year plan look like in real estate? Because your first home is probably not going to be your last home in most cases. So let's think beyond closing day. What do you expect your career to do? Do you expect to get married, or are you already married, or you're having kids? Could you eventually need another bedroom? How important will your commute be if your job is, let's say you're working in Providence now and you end up working in Boston down the road? Could this property, here's a big one, someday be a rental? That's huge. I'm dealing with some manufactured home sales in Coventry, and I had a young buyer come in and she asked that. I was really great to hear it. She asked, can I rent this property? And guess what? The answer was no. So that might not be an option for her, but she was looking ahead without even me prodding her to do that. And here's another big one. Can I use equity from property number 1 or property number 2, whatever it is? Let's say it's property number 1. Can I use that equity to buy property number 2? And then can I take the equity from 2 and buy number 3? That is how you build wealth. Instead of stretching your budget for the beautiful house that's completely renovated, another option, you buy something less expensive and there's an opportunity to improve it. Maybe it's a 2-family where you are already renting one floor, you're living in one floor, renting the other, and now you're definitely keeping that house 2 or 3 years down the road. A very smart move. Maybe you look for a home that works today, but also has enough flexibility to work if your life changes. That's a great option too. And here's something first-time home buyers sometimes forget. You don't have to get everything right on home number 1. We all want to. We all want it perfect, but it's just really hard, especially in a market like this where I'm going to tell you there's still not enough inventory, especially in some areas. Your first home should be really your first rung on a ladder that's going to take you so high you could possibly retire early and have a good source of wealth down the road, and then have a way to maintain it. That's why I don't want to simply help someone qualify for a mortgage and find a house. I want them to understand where they're trying to go. The monthly payment answer, can I afford this? The 5-year plan answer, does buying this actually make sense? Can I take this house, use it now instead of paying rent, get the tax write-off, and then down the road, use this house, the equity that I build in this house by making the payments and by it naturally going up, or perhaps, as I mentioned earlier, by me improving this house, building what we call sweat equity. Maybe it's somebody else's sweat. Maybe you're not doing the work. Maybe you're hiring somebody to do the work. It's still a similar impact in that you are making the house better. And I'll tell you what, there are many things you can do that is still sweat equity, but not that hard. And it just involves, again, if you buy a house that needs some work, some simple landscaping. We've talked about this. Making sure you don't stay cluttered, reorganizing the basement so it's nice, neat, and clean, maybe painting the basement walls, freshening things up, all those things. Small dollar expense, but in the end, it turns your house into a much better house down the road. And then when you go to get equity out of that, when your house is improved, you get an appraisal, you get a HELOC out of your house, a line of credit, and you use that line of credit to buy house number 2. It's a great way to build wealth, and these are 2 very different questions. Can I afford my mortgage, which we know you can because I'm going to make sure you can, and your mortgage person's going to do that too. But the bigger question, what does it look like 2 or 3 years down the road? Very important, and again, everyone will tell you, it's the best way to build wealth. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Please hit a like button down below if you did. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to talk about this either with a comment on my YouTube channel or a text at 401-339-0090.